It's coming here to the United States. Hey, everybody, you're watching Bull, Boom, Bear, Bust, back with another dose of economic reality. All right, let's get into it here. This is not a fun report, not fun to have to put out there. But once again, we were exactly correct. We told you here on this channel several times that get ready for war to start breaking out in multiple places. And I was called doom and gloom. I was called negative, whatever other terms are out there, fear mongering. But I think we're going to be right about this on U.S. soil. What we're seeing across the globe right now over in Israel between Gaza, the Palestinians, and Israel, what we see over in Europe already, we're going to see that come to U.S. soil. That's my opinion. But let's just take a look at some of these headlines today. Israeli official calls for, quote, doomsday nuke missile option. I said right here, I wouldn't be surprised if nukes started flying. I said once we get to the end of the road economically, financially, once the economic collapse begins, the bankers typically don't want to get blamed for the collapse. Can you blame them? Of course. So they don't want to blame their policies. So things start happening usually when we see economic turmoil. And some people say it's a cover up. Other people say it's just a big coincidence that these cycles happen and these things are timed the way they are. Either way, it doesn't matter. What does matter is though that we're prepared for what's coming, right? And I try not to be so much a prepper channel, but financial preparation is preparation. So you have to prepare financially, right? If you don't have a place to live, if you're going to get evicted from your home, uh, and then war breaks out. I mean, first of all, even if war doesn't break out, you don't want to be on the streets, right? So that's the first part of this financial part of it. Um, you want to get ready for things to happen here on U.S. soil. That's my opinion. And I think that a lot of the things we're seeing around us happening right now, the uptick in the thefts, the surge in poverty causing the uptick in thefts, in my opinion, it's going to end up on a lot of our doorsteps. Hopefully not yours directly, hopefully not mine directly, but the things are happening and the things that are happening in the big cities right now are going to move out to the countryside, to the suburbs, to small town USA. But we have a lot of bad things ahead of us. But let's get into some of these other headlines here. Rockets fired from Syria, rows of tanks, North prepares for war. Folks, these are banker wars, right? These wars would not be happening if it were not for the banks and the system of money that we operate under. Ask yourself, would there just be this much money around if it was actually backed by something, maybe gold, maybe silver, maybe both? If it was backed by something tangible that couldn't just be created at the click of a mouse to infinity, would we have money to fund these wars? I would say no, and I think probably 99.9% of you also would say no. These wars are enabled by the system of money slash the banks, and I believe if you follow the money, you would find that there would be the source of funding would originate from somewhere that you and I are very familiar with. Now, I try not to get into politics on this channel. Going down that trail of money does lead us right into politicians and politics, right? So I'll try not to do that. That's a different channel, a different time. But in this channel, let's talk about the financial aspects of this. We're likely going to see oil spike. People out there are predicting $150 a barrel. Something else I told you here on this channel, along with de-dollarization, along with limited production here in the U.S. now, and draining of the petroleum strategic reserves, I think 150 is definitely a likely scenario. And I have to say this again here. I do not want to be right about this. I hope I'm completely wrong. I hope this doesn't happen. I hope nothing like this or what we're seeing across the globe comes to U.S. soil. I hope oil doesn't go to 150 a barrel. We're already out here in California for gas. We're already between 565 and like 620. So believe me, I do not want to be right about this, but I'm afraid I'm going to be right. And some of you may agree and may have noticed this. We're already in a battle right now. There's a battle happening right here in the USA um, for our lives, right? We have people out there that want everything. They want to own everything. They want you to have nothing. And all we have to do is look at a few billionaires and multi-billionaires across the globe to see that the thirst for more money and more power never ends, right? People with billions of dollars, are they just sitting on the beach taking vacations? No, they're looking to make more and more and more. They're looking to expand, right? Just look at some of the biggest businesses, biggest companies in the world. Um, you can probably name off several right now. Are the ones running that company, are they retiring and stopping? Are they selling the company? No, they're looking to make more and more and more. They're looking to expand. They're looking to dominate. That's the name of the game, right? So the never-ending thirst for more money and more power, right? So people want everything, and if that leaves you on the street, so be it. That's going to give them a few extra dollars in their pocket, a few more drinks on their yacht. So we have to be very, very careful because this is designed to enrich a few at the top and to have everyone else working for those very same people at the top. Some people say there's a sinister plot behind it. Other people say it's just greed. It's just human nature. A little bit of both. I'll let you decide that. But here's some other headlines here. Let me get on my blue blockers here. Dash cam video shows festival goers. I'm trying to think of the right word here, not to trigger, this channel to get nailed here. Dash cam video shows festival goers blank at point blank, right? You can guess what that is. Some horrific videos, some horrific things happening out there. And, this seems too bad to just be a separate group of terrorists, right? Gaza civilians told you stay, you die. So more people losing their homes, having to leave their homes. Foreign Affairs Ministry blames Europe. Putin blames USA. There's something to look into there. As war rages, personal firearm activists see surge on the internet. Let's go to that here just for a minute here. You want to have a way to protect yourselves. This is coming to U.S. soil. If something like this were to happen in the U.S., and I think there's people here in the U.S. right now that are planning something big. And as the economy continues to implode, as people max out their debt, max out their credit cards, as things get beyond affordability, not only are you going to see theft rising, you're going to see break-ins rise, car break-ins, home break-ins, and you want to be ready for that. Have your possessions in a big, heavy safe. You don't want to be stuck in front of a few intruders asking you what the combination is. So keep things on the low, so to speak. Keep things very low key. Don't brag about what you have. I try not to even talk about what I have, which is not much, but I try not to talk about it too much. I don't want to attract too much attention. I try to dress when I go out so people can't really recognize me. Not that I'm rich or anything like that, but some people just don't like, the news that I put out. Unfortunately, I get a lot of hate emails. You'll be surprised at all the hate troll emails that I get just for reporting the news and in some cases my opinions. It's crazy. Folks, also let me try to figure out how to say this. We have a lot of people that make a lot of money off of conflicts, off of war. We have defense contractors. We have the war machine, so to speak. We have the military industrial complex. Many of you probably are very familiar with that. So I don't need to really go into that too much. I think most of you know how it works. Well, let's talk about preparation here. Let's be prepared financially because we could see supply chain disruptions. We could see the shelves empty when chaos really begins to spread. And again, I have to remind everybody here, at least once a week, have 30 days emergency expense minimum, money out of the bank, essentials, food, water, survival tools and essentials there, first aid kit. Have friends, family that you can go to if something happens, relatives house, right? Be friendly, hopefully, with people in your community. Hopefully you live in a good community and not, some neighborhood that's sketchy, and, who knows what kind of neighbors you have if you, haven't gotten out of the house to talk to people. But hopefully you're in a good neighborhood where good people are around, right? You know what I mean? So it's more difficult when you're in a neighborhood with apartment buildings everywhere and there's thousands of people around. You don't know your neighbors, right? It's impossible. But when you live in a neighborhood where you have a little bit of space and meet the neighbors, right? It's much safer in my opinion, right? So be careful out there is bottom line, right? Be careful, be prepared. I'm still looking for ways to invest, but if you've noticed over the last couple of years, my shift has been more towards preparation and ready for SHTF. Is that the right letters? Yeah, SHTF. Get ready for that. More of that and less investing. I still invest, but the shift has definitely. I've been focused on shifting my survival plan, so to speak. Right. Let's see here. Campuses plot day of resistance in support of Hamas. People are taking sides on this. People are taking sides. Oh, I support this side. I support that side. To me, it's kind of like politics, right? I can't really take one side or the other. I see big flaws in both sides. Bottom line is, let's hope this is a short conflict over there right now in Israel. Let's hope it doesn't come here, but I'm afraid it is, folks. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Am I being a fear monger? Am I doom and gloom? Or do you see a lot of what I see? Again, please let me know down in comments. So let's get into some other news here real quick here. The stock market. The stock market defying logic, defying gravity, whichever way you want to put it. All indexes in the green today. I'm reporting this actually Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. And is it real investors or is it just the market makers behind the scenes? Is it the plunge protection team? Who knows? But are people with real money on the line, are real investors buying these markets with everything that's happening in the world right now? Very interesting. Oil just under $86. Gold down, surprisingly. Silver basically flat. You would think that there'd be a bigger safety play here. I think there's more manipulation behind the scenes happening in the papers market and the futures market with these precious metals. I've covered that many times here. 10-year bond coming in at 4.65%. That's actually down a bit there. We did reach 5% for a short period, so it's down quite a bit. You have to wonder who's buying the debt. I think the biggest buyer buying the debt is the Fed. They're saying their balance sheet is declining. I'm not sure we're really being told the truth about that. Would anyone be surprised if we weren't being told the truth? It's almost a joke at this point. Next, let's talk about this. More and more people are coming on board and agreeing basically that we're in a financial crisis slash economic collapse. New York Fed survey finds surge in household delinquency expectations. No surprise to anybody, right? We all knew this was happening on Main Street. That's the worst since April 2020. What was happening in April 2020? Well, that was the onset of the global health crisis, right? So right now we're at in a territory or at a level that we were at back at the beginning of the health crisis, right? So that should be a wake-up call. There's a flashing red alert, the sudden spike in delinquency expectations as U.S. households can no longer afford to pay down their record debt, and they're preparing to simply default. So this is the household delinquency expectations survey. Another one. And how many surveys have we seen where people are just not confident in what's going on, right? We see some surveys better than other. Consumer confidence goes up and down from month to month. But, we're going to see this really start going down very quickly. I warned everybody here, fourth quarter 2023, look out. This is when things are really going to light up, so to speak, right? And it could get hot. Hopefully not a hot war, but it could get hot. It could get, very, very shocking, right? So everybody, be careful out there. As always, keep stacking. We'll see you here next time. Like to hear from you down in comments on this one. Am I over preparing? Am I being too alarmist here? I think it's coming to U.S. soil, guys. Please let me know. Thanks, everybody. Bye.